sports. It's in the game.
It's Week 10 of the National Football League, and we're watching the Snowhawks, Offensive Player of the Year. And with him, any catch could be a big one. He's the NFL leader in touchdown receptions. It's the
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Seahawks team as they get ready here. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories. Meanwhile, for our visiting San Antonio ball club, they're halfway home, looking good at a perfect 8-0.
And not much to complain about so far, is there? I'd have to say they're the best team in the NFL through the first half of the year.
The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And they'll be let out by their seventh-year quarterback.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Throwing to start the drive. Klein. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Now a 2nd and 2.
Here we go.
Off the bootleg. Klein. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to throw. Klein. It's caught. Cooper. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Off the play fake. Klein. And he's got Smith and Jigba. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Now the first carry here for the running back. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. From the gun on 3rd down. Klein. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. Operating from the gun. Klein. Buying time to his left. Well, certainly not how they drew it up. A fourth down gamble turns into a fourth down scramble, but all is well. First down. Here's a give up the middle. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. A great play there. With his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. And led out by their veteran quarterback. He's been around a while. They don't celebrate birthdays for him. They just cut him up, see how many rings he's got around the middle. He has been in the league a long time.
And if you go by the numbers, he's had a Pro Bowl-type season. And maybe that's even selling him a little bit short. He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes to this point in the year. And with the end of the season not too far away, he's got his guys playing at a very high level.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The numbers for him from a week ago, 13 carries, 52 yards.
When a winning streak stretches this far, you start to wonder if a team is truly unstoppable. And here's a guy who's been very much the legs that have helped drive this team to wins week after week. And even when teams have keyed on him and tried to slow him down.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. And they rattle off a big one. 44 yards.
Let's go now. 19, Tiger, 19, Tiger.
Back to throw now on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. He'll drop to throw. Down inside the 10. And he will take it in for the touchdown. A great effort there. With a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Snowhawks are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. These two teams all tied after one. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. We'll see what they have drawn up here a little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. From the gun on 3rd down, Klein. It's caught by Roberts. And this effort won't do it. He needed to get to the 45. He's a yard or two short. The Seahawks send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. This will be taken at the 10. 45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. The Snowhawks offense and their quarterback coming out for their second drive. And as we transition into the second half of the season, he continues to put up big numbers on a consistent basis. Currently the NFL's leader in passing as we play here in the month of November. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
Here we go, Shaq. Cut 19. Cut 19. Let go.
He'll look to throw. And that's caught inside the 35. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A big play there. 71 yards. And his guys have taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt.
The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
Here's a 2nd and 3 now from the 33.
They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Let's face it, when you have a guy who can pick up those types of runs and keep the chains moving or stay ahead of the chains, you're making everyone else on offense happy because you're opening things up to allow for a whole lot of different play calls.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Short throw, Roberts with it. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Looked like the screen pass was taken away there, and that was a nice job of improvising, but it's not normal. Usually when the screen pass is taken away, you're taught to just throw the ball at the ground at the feet of the receiver so that you don't get it intercepted and just start over, but he ended up finding another receiver.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Off play action, Klein. Quick hitter here, it's complete. I call it no gain there on the first down play.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Let's go now. Check.
They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And same result. He's going to take this just to the line of scrimmage before running into a brick wall. Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10.
Check.
Operating from the gun. Klein flushed out right. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down. Operating from the gun. Klein. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
And that's a good job there by the corner. And we do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first.
Let's go. Reload. Reload. Hut.
Looking to throw. Klein. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
York able to send this one through.
And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks will tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
35 seconds, all that remains in the first half as they come up on first down. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
So this game, Charles, you know, we talked about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that, and by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the first half. Backups get to play in the second. But you and I both know that funny things sometimes happen when you think this way. So it's incumbent upon the starters to really play well to make it work for this team.
Here we go, Shaq.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. A great play there as the first half is winding down.
And the Snowhawks will extend their lead here just before halftime.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes it a 21-10 game.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making them sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with fourth down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. A final shot before break. Klein.
Toward the sideline, intercepted. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando, standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. More from you and Charles in a bit. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here in the late window. We'll begin with a good one in the NFC. Atlanta heading west to take on San Francisco. And it's the Niners who have the lead in that one. 2 touchdown passes there for Brock Purdy. From there, we take the long trek eastward to Tampa, check on the Bucs at home at Raymond James Stadium. And they were losers in that ball game as they fall to the visiting Washington Commanders. Jaden Daniels, excellent in the victory as his guys up their record to 7-2 now on the year. Lastly, we head to Southern California to check on the Rams at home at SoFi Stadium. And they were losers in that ball game to the visiting New Orleans Saints. J.J. McCarthy, 3 touchdown passes as his guys stay unbeaten on the year. We were certainly treated to an entertaining first half. Both these teams with some high points and maybe a couple of low points as well. So it's going to be a question of who can be the most disciplined team going forward. Both these teams go through their final adjustments before heading back out of the locker room. Time for us to go back out to Lumen Field, where we rejoin Brandon Gaudin.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The visitors' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he's building his case for MVP consideration with each passing week. He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes as we move into the back half of the season. And he'll get a few yards here to the 34.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
Here's a 2nd and 7.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 34. Now a handoff up the middle. Cherry. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Here's 2nd and 10.
They'll drop to throw. Over the middle this time to Fowler. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 19.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
He'll look to throw. Dumps it underneath to Tolbert. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
And his kick here is good.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half.
And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out established.
And the ball is knocked out.
But it looks like one of the DBs has it.
And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
He has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
The numbers throwing the ball have been great. He's up over 300 yards now for the game.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
Well, he certainly didn't like what he saw at all from the coverage on his primary reads, and he didn't even have any luck trying to get back to his safety valve. Give defense a credit. Coverage is in lockdown mode everywhere.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his first sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
Over the middle, complete. It's Fowler. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
Well, following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up.
They'll try to run this one in. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the third quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances, so they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
2nd and 2. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Snowhawks have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Back to throw. Klein. And that is incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same...
And this will be caught at the 30. And all the way in for the touchdown. A big play there with his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 15 on the year.
And the Snowhawks are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter.
Extra point right down the middle, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this third quarter. Back now in Seattle, Washington. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Throwing to start the drive. Klein. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Roberts. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
2nd down and 3.
Operating from the gun. Klein.
To the sideline and incomplete.
The offense on 3rd down, they've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This time it's 3rd and 3. Operating from the gun. Klein.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3.
60 Bison, 60 Bison. Stephanie, go.
Back to throw again. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. On the left side, this is Stills. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
They'll work from the 36 on 2nd and 6.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
Out right to Smith and Jigba.
And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And they're going to face a 3rd down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st.
They'll look to throw again. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he's got the 1st as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. Looking to throw. Klein. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Second down and a little more than a yard here.
Operating from the gun. Klein. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw.
That is caught. And the Seahawks are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Operating from the gun. Klein got a man, and he hits him in stride.
And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down.
And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on second and goal. Operating from the gun. Klein. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. They get only a yard there. Now it's third and goal. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. That will bring up fourth down and an 11-yard loss to boot. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They're looking at a fourth and goal here as they search for a late score. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. For this defense, CD, that's kind of the icing on the cake here as we get to the end of this one.
And didn't you feel that they weren't just going into total prevent there? You know, they had the lead, and sometimes you fall back and you lose your aggressiveness. Not in this case. They were still making a play on the football, and look how that one turned out. They may have salted this one away.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this.
And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's caught inside the 30. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25.
57-yard gain. First down, Snowhawks.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. And they'll indeed take a knee. Now another timeout called for by the offense. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over.